How you doing? Welcome back to Shut It. Let's get into it. We got some great dumb news of the week, I have to say. This is a really good, rich dumb news of the week. Breaking news, New York Post. My husband got an aneurysm and became a different person, so I divorced him. Let's jump into this one. All right. An Ohio woman has been labeled self-centered after divorcing her husband because she felt his brain aneurysm turned him into a different person. People say I abandoned him, deserted him when he needed us most, Kim Baer, 39, told Kennedy News of breaking off her marriage of 10 years. People online, she says, are pretty mean. Yes, they are. What's her name again? Kim. People online. It took divorcing your husband to find out that people online are pretty mean. The mother of two had reportedly met her husband, Matthias, 43, in 2004 while he was the then German exchange student studying abroad in the U.S. That's sweet. Okay. They wed the following year and embarked on what Baer described as a very happy relationship. Matthias was very bubbly, optimistic, a very warm-hearted person, and everybody loved him, recalled the Columbus resident. I fell in love with him because he was kind, honest, and had a lot of integrity. Good on you, Kim. That's a good character to get married to. She added that their marriage worked well because both parties were really invested and committed. Oh, that's a cute picture. You two. Look at you, booze. All right. All was going swimmingly until 2015 when Matthias suffered a nearly fatal brain aneurysm, a bulging blood vessel in the brain, while at his electrical engineering job. That sucks. So they subsequently rushed him to the hospital where the surgeons had to remove part of his patient's skull because his brain wouldn't fit inside his head. Okay. That's scary. Despite their best efforts, Matthias went into a coma for 10 days with the doctors fearing that the German will not pull through. Then, just at the last minute, he pulled through. He started to show signs of life, and then the woman, what's her name? Baer, she exclaimed how miraculous it was. I was so excited when he woke up. Everybody was cheering. Everybody was excited. However, her joy soon fizzled after she noticed that her husband seemed to have undergone a drastic personality change. He was here, but not really here. Baer lamented, not laminated. Physically here, but staring through and not aware of his surroundings. Yeah, because he just got out of a fucking coma. Give him a second, all right? She added that it had been years since they last had a real conversation. Okay. Is this before the aneurysm? What is it? When he was present, Matthias would fixate on insignificant problems like a dirty rug and ignore the more important things. Well, he is German. They do fixate on weird shit. You know what I mean? And the one silver lining was that her hubby reportedly never acted angry or lashed out, a common aneurysm symptom that Baer had seen in her friends' husbands who also experienced the condition. All right, this is weird. This is very strange. I'm married. I don't know one single person who has had an aneurysm. Not one of my friends' couples, none of their husbands, none of their wives. This is like a common thing in her world in Ohio. I would check what's going on in the drinking water in Ohio because that's weird. She'd never seen that, and she'd never seen. Okay, that's very strange. Nonetheless, life was hard for the Ohioan who took time off work to care for her husband while he underwent occupational therapy, speech therapy, physical therapy to try to gain independence. Good. Right. That's what happens. You go through a major illness, a brain aneurysm. You're lucky to be alive. Give him a second or two to get on his feet. Anyway, she goes on. This was grueling, all this physical therapy. Oh, she has kids. 11, Sam, 8, Henry. She needed to focus on the kids. She realized that she didn't have enough time for both. I'd say, I don't know, I'm sure he has good German healthcare. Hire somebody, but that's just me. He lost his ability to express emotion, so it wasn't a very emotional. Oh, so when she went to break up with him, say, hey, hon, I want a divorce because you're complaining about dirty rugs and I got 2 little kids to take care of while you're trying to figure out how to talk and walk. I want a divorce. And this is what she said. He lost the ability to express his emotion, so it wasn't a very emotional conversation when I told him I wanted a divorce. Touche. Yeah, she said, I told him it wasn't the end of our relationship, but the relationship was changing and it was going to be a friendship from now on. Matthias returned to Germany in November to live with his family members while the pair finalized their divorce in May. What do you think? People are up in arms. People are fucking losing their shit. Why get married? Exclaimed one critic. Why make the vow of sickness and in health if you don't mean it? But yeah. This is the most self-centered person ever, declared another. Anyway, he progressed in Germany. He went on to get full recovery, almost full recovery. He's living with his family. He's living his life. He's probably got clean rugs all around him. Nothing to complain about. He's able to walk unassisted now. His speech is back in both languages, so now he can speak American English and German. The American even uploaded a recent video call with her ex on Instagram to show how much they're still close friends, even though she kicked him out of the house because he had a brain aneurysm and complained about a dirty rug. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see what do you think? Put your comments below. I'd like to hear what you think. If your husband or wife or longtime partner got a brain aneurysm and they woke up out of a coma after 10 days and they were kind of just vacantly staring and complaining about the dirty rugs, would you divorce them on the spot? I don't think you would. I have a feeling my listeners, my viewers, my YouTubers, my subscribers, like and subscribe. I don't think they would divorce immediately. Maybe she realized after the whole exotic, like, oh, he's a German exchange student with a sexy German accent. And then after a while, she's like, oh shit, I got 2 little kids. He's just fucking lying in bed complaining about dirty carpets. I'm going to kick his curb to the Berlin Wall. That doesn't even make any sense. Doesn't even exist anymore. Anyway, let's see what they say. The comments. Having worked in healthcare for years, I have seen this happen too many times, Jersey Guy 57 said in the comments. The person is bound to have personality changes given the severity of the issue, what happened to in sickness and in health. Yeah, well, Jersey Guy 57, he's saying stick with the guy because that's what happens after you have a brain aneurysm. And somebody else, Jan Nick, says her hair color says it all. I don't even know. What does her hair color look like? Her hair color says it all. It's just blonde hair. What's wrong with her hair? That doesn't even make any sense. Jan Nick, her hair color says it all. Gumpy Bub just has in all caps, Democrats. That is so dumb. And then there's replies to that. How about Newt divorcing his... Oh, no, it goes into that. Newt. And then someone in all caps, Babblefish. I have no idea what that means. And then the other replies from that is, kids come first. You need to be healthy in order to protect and care for your loved ones. Okay. This guy, or I don't know if it's a guy, or Libby Clones, says, I went out the door when all women became disgusting feminists. 12 likes that got. 12 likes Libby Clones got. And then DS Sifter says, this is a difficult situation all around. Easy to blame her. Possible she is at fault, but understandable that the stress of his illness also affected her. Caregiver fatigue is real. Nothing easy here. I like that. That's a good point. True, but we're only hearing her side of the story. My gut tells me she's not so much the victim as her husband. Okay, and Dumpster Fire Aficionado says, everyone is different. But I can tell you this, when my husband was injured in combat and in a span of 12 months went from being a normal, happy guy to having no emotions whatsoever, there was nowhere else I would have been. I grieved the man he was before his brain injury, but I love the new man he was, even though it was extremely difficult. He needed me, and I was there for better or for worse, in sickness and in health. He died a few years after his injury, but I will treasure those moments and memories, as well as the bittersweet moments he interacted with our toddler. Yeah, so there you go. Okay, this is good. This is a good one because I'm not the crazy one in this one. This comment, it just reaffirms what the fuck. We know it's true. That's the name of the person who commented. Did anyone else notice she mentioned her other friends' husbands had aneurysms? That's very suspicious if you ask me. It's not something that happens to everyone in a specific group of people. Exactly. And I got 46 likes. Yeah, I thought that was very suspicious as well. We know it's true, whatever that name is. Sheesh, Alina Alvarez says. She probably met those friends through a support group. Ah, that's a good point, Alina. I didn't think of that. This is true. Brian Connor says, Joe Biden had 2, but he's still the same lying dope. Always make it political, right? Just the dumbest stuff. Let's make that political. People have a lot of dumb opinions. Would you stay with a guy who criticizes and just stares vacantly all day? And you've got 2 little kids to take care of and a job, and he's just criticizing things and staring because he just got out of a coma and had a brain aneurysm and almost died. Would you stay with that person, or would you be like, you know what, go back to Germany? They have better health care. I don't know. That's a tough one. It's a tough one. I don't know. It's hard to put yourself in other people's shoes when you are not interested in wearing shoes of someone who lives in Ohio. I'm sorry, Ohio. I would just never want to be living in Ohio or Germany for that matter. Actually, Berlin, I hear that's supposed to be nice. Munich as well. And the Black Forest. Actually, I want to do some shows. I think I was supposed to do shows there like in July, but I had to cancel last minute because I have a whole other thing I have to do in Spain, which I'll get into in a little bit. But I don't know. It's a hard decision. It's a hard decision because you're not in the situation. You have to be in the situation. You have to understand who this person is. Anyway. The fact that her group of friends, all the guys who have aneurysms, I think I would question that. I'd be like, wow, I have a lot of girlfriends whose husbands had aneurysms. What's that about? You know what I mean? I think that's the thing that I would question. And then I'd be like, maybe we need to go to couples therapy before abandoning your husband who just was in a coma. Anyway, that's just my 2 cents. All right, this is a good one. Are you ready? This is the best dumb news I've heard all month. Maybe, possibly all year. Possibly the whole entire decade. I think this is it. I think this really sums it up beautifully. The New York Post, breaking news. My jailed fiance mailed me his sperm in a sandwich bag to get me pregnant. That's right. A Virginia woman says she tried to conceive a baby with her incarcerated fiance after he sent her his sperm in a plastic sandwich baggie. The TikToker named Nesha revealed the shocking male tale in a viral video, which has clocked up more than 5 million views, you guys. Come on. Like and subscribe. Nesha's felon fiance, Twino, is locked up for unidentified offenses and is set to be released within a year. But the experimental couple decided to try and conceive for fun. They did it for fun. Because, you know, what better things to do while you're locked up, incarcerated for a year is to jack off in a plastic sandwich bag and send it to your lovey-dovey. And post it all on the internets. Calling it a crazy experience, Nesha showed a play-by-play of detecting ovulation after she received Twino's specimen via the postal service. I didn't even know you could do that. I didn't even know you could mail things from prison, let alone your sperm. Like, I don't even understand this. I thought there were rules and regulations when you're behind bars. Like, I don't know. You can't mail, like, what are you mailing? You're mailing a letter? Who gives you a sandwich baggie? Who's in on this? Maybe it's a low security lockup. Maybe it's like a white collar crime, embezzlement, or some sort of like postal fraud. And now he's posting his sperm. She subsequently received a positive pregnancy test. What? Which later revealed to be a false positive. A week after the store-bought test, she supposedly went to a physician who performed further labs to confirm the pregnancy. But all the results apparently returned negative. It was a little disheartening to hear, she said in a subsequent video on YouTube, adding that she feared she did something wrong when trying to conceive. Yeah, you know what you did wrong? You took the sperm from a sandwich baggie, from the mail, from your boyfriend who's incarcerated. That's how you don't conceive. And this physician who's helping her should be disbarred or disarmed or whatever the thing is that they take the medical license away. You can wait. He's only in for a year. You look young. Like, what's your rush? Like, anyway. Initially, she claimed she spoke with the specialist who gave her a 10% chance of the mail order sperm successfully impregnating her. She still encouraged me. Her physician encouraged her to just give it a try. So that's what I did. Yeah, just give it a try. Just try it. Why not? You know, because that's a really natural way. I don't know. Look, I'm not judgy, but I have to judge dummies. These are dumb people. These are people who should not be procreating. These should not make children from a sandwich bag filled with sperm. Like, these are people who 100% shouldn't have babies, shouldn't have procreation, shouldn't have human beings. They should not be allowed to procreate, is what I'm saying. So on his end, Twino, her boyfriend, deposited his specimen into a plastic sandwich baggie before mailing it by USPS. Gross. It arrived in just 2 days at Nesha's front door, and she attempted to impregnate herself in her home bathroom. And she documents all this. She's documenting everything. She's showing you the pregnancy test. She's showing where it came in. She's showing you after the false positive, the pair will wait until after Twino's release to start a family. God bless us all. We're going to have 2 little Twinos running around. We're going to have Twino Jr. with his fucking plastic baggies full of sperm. We're not trying again. It was just for fun to see if it would even work, Nesha declared. It didn't work. Thank fucking God. What do you think? Do you think it's a good way to conceive? Like, if you were in prison, would you be like, oh, I really want to have a baby? This is a really good time to have a baby. Right now, I think. And Nesha's like, yeah, I think it's a good time too. I have an idea, Twino. What's that, Nesha? I think you should just mail it. What do you mean mail it? Mail your sperm. Oh my God, that's a brilliant idea. Oh, yeah, it's a brilliant idea. That's why I wound up in jail in the first place. But yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to send it. And then the comments are the best. They're always the best in the New York Post. Somebody writes, maybe that was just leftover tapioca pudding from the jailhouse bistro. Did you sniff it? Fed Up writes, what a shame. That baby would have had such a bright future. What doctor even gave you a 10% chance of that working? Fauci or Dr. Nick from The Simpsons? I just knew she was pregnant by someone else and trying to cover. Ooh, that's a good one. What if that's actually what happened? What if Nesha was like, oh shit, I got pregnant. But this guy, Twino, is such an idiot. He's so dumb. I'm just telling him to mail me the sperm. And I'll be like, yeah, I got pregnant. But then maybe something happened with the baby. I don't know, but that's brilliant. I think that commenter right there, who wrote that? Right to. Right to, I think you're right on. I just knew she was pregnant by someone else and trying to cover. I think righto is righto. Right to is righto. Right to is 100% on. Because, we're just playing. We're just having fun. No, you're just covering your ass while your husband or your boyfriend's in jail. A lot of dumb comments. How did it taste? Hold the mayo. Blah, blah, blah. What do you think? Do you think that Naisha... Do you think Naisha was really trying to get pregnant, or she was, like Raito said, already pregnant and trying to cover her ass, and then something happened? Put your comments in the link below.